You and this person share a deep and powerful connection, one that stirred both of your hearts and awakened emotions that neither of you fully expected. It was as though meeting each other activated something dormant within, unlocking a sense of purpose, passion, and spiritual recognition. However, as intense and transformative as that bond was, a separation phase became inevitable. It wasn't because the connection lacked meaning or depth, but rather because growth was necessary, especially for your person. The universe orchestrated a temporary distance to push them toward the next level of their awakening. This phase, though painful, was essential. Without it, they may never have confronted the patterns, fears, and limitations that were holding them back from evolving emotionally and spiritually. Even though this time apart has been emotional for both of you, it has also served as a catalyst. You've likely found yourself going through difficult cycles, facing inner battles, and perhaps even questioning the connection. During this time, your daily responsibilities may have felt heavier, and your body more tired than usual. This exhaustion isn't just physical, it's energetic. The healing, releasing, and shifting you've been undergoing on a soul level has required enormous strength. And yet, despite the fatigue and emotional weight, you've continued to show up for yourself and your life. Meanwhile, your person has been deeply affected by your absence. They may not express it openly, but they often lie awake at night with thoughts of you flooding their mind. Your energy still lingers in their world, through memories, dreams, and subtle nudges from the universe. You've stirred something profound in them. In fact, you've caused them to start reevaluating their life and the choices they've made. This connection has ignited a sense of urgency in them to change, to improve, to grow into someone who is finally ready to face their truth. They may not yet know how to act on those realizations, but the internal shift is very real. Over time, your own energy has undergone a transformation. You've redirected your focus inward and started prioritizing self-love in a way that perhaps you never had before. You've begun to reclaim your power, setting boundaries and no longer chasing validation or emotional crumbs. This newfound alignment within you has not gone unnoticed. Your person can feel it, even from a distance. Energetically, they sense that something has changed. It's as if your heart, once fully open and devoted to them, is now directed inward, towards your healing, your goals, your peace. And while this growth is beautiful and necessary, it has also left your person feeling heartbroken. They are grieving not only the distance between you but also the realization that you may be outgrowing them. That fear, of being left behind, has caused them to retreat even more, suppressing their emotions and avoiding the full depth of what they feel. It's a cycle that's been repeating itself. The more love and energy you pour into them, the more they seem to withdraw. And yet, when you finally begin to pull back, they start to feel the void and become overwhelmed by emotions they don't quite know how to process. It's a dance of mirrored wounds, abandonment, fear, and longing playing out in both of your hearts in different ways. Still, through all of this, you've remained patient. You've waited, not idly, but actively, choosing to grow, to reflect, and to build a stronger foundation within yourself. Now, as a result, your soul's intentions are beginning to manifest. You're stepping into a space where your energy is clearer, your desires are more focused, and your spiritual path is more aligned. This isn't just about attracting your person back, it's about stepping into the fullness of who you are meant to be. And your person knows this. Deep down, even if they haven't admitted it to themselves or to you, they understand that if they truly want to reconnect with you, they can't return with half-truths, emotional immaturity, or fear. They must come with love, real, open, honest love. Anything less simply won't align with who you've become. Your soul recognizes this truth, and now, so does theirs. The question now isn't whether the connection is real, it's whether they are ready to meet you where you are, without masks, without resistance, and with the kind of vulnerability that true love requires. There's something truly extraordinary about the way I feel toward you, an attraction so deep and powerful that words alone barely do it justice. It's not just about physical chemistry or emotional closeness, it's about the way your presence has completely reshaped the course of my life. You came into my world unexpectedly, at a time when I wasn't looking for anything, much less something so genuine, raw, and transformational. Yet here you are, and ever since you arrived, everything has been shifting in ways I never imagined possible. You've inspired me in ways no one else ever has. You pushed me, without even trying, to stand up for myself and reclaim control over my own life. I used to let people dictate how I should feel, behave, or live, but your presence taught me a different kind of strength. Through your authenticity and the way you carry yourself, I've learned to draw boundaries, to say no without guilt, and to stop allowing others to determine my worth. Your influence has been subtle at times, but overwhelmingly powerful. What you may not fully realize is how much you've contributed to my healing. You've helped me reconnect with parts of myself I had long forgotten or buried beneath fear and insecurity. Just by being who you are, you've been a mirror for me, a mirror that reflects not just the parts of me I'm proud of, but also the wounds, the shadows, the fears. And yet, instead of running from that reflection, you've made me want to heal it. You've made me believe I am capable of change, of growth, of becoming whole again. I'm constantly amazed by how your love is transforming me. It's not a loud or flashy kind of love, it's deep, grounding, and filled with truth. Because of you, I'm learning to be more patient, more understanding, and more in tune with my emotions. I find myself wanting to do better, to rise to the occasion, not because you expect me to, but because your love makes me want to become the best version of myself. To be completely honest, you are the most amazing person I have ever encountered. Your energy is so pure, your spirit so genuine, that just being around you feels like coming home. I don't say that lightly. In a world where so many wear masks and live behind walls, you stand out by simply being real. And that realness is what makes me feel so deeply connected to you, mind, heart, body, and soul. I want to build a life with you, one that is grounded in love, respect, and shared purpose. I want to offer you a life that is full, not perfect, because no life ever truly is, but one where you feel seen, valued, and cherished every single day. I dream of creating a future with you where we continue to grow together, supporting one another through both the challenges and the triumphs. When I look back on the moments we've shared, the conversations, the laughter, the quiet silences, even the difficult confrontations, I'm often overcome with emotion. Those memories hold so much weight because they mark the beginning of something real, something that has touched the very core of who I am. You may not even know how deeply those moments have impacted me, but they are etched into my heart. More than anything, I ask you to not lose faith in what we share. I know the path hasn't always been easy, and there may have been times when doubts crept in or progress felt slow. But I want you to know that I am closer to our union than it may seem. Every step I take now is with intention. Every choice I make is rooted in my desire to grow into the person who can stand beside you, not just as a partner, but as an equal, as someone you can truly count on. You are the first person who has shown me my darker side, not to shame me, but to help me see it with honesty. And yes, it hurt. It bruised my ego and made me question things I had long ignored. But even through the pain, I felt something deeper, respect. You didn't sugarcoat the truth, and in doing so, you gave me one of the greatest gifts anyone could offer, clarity. You held up a mirror and helped me see the parts of myself I needed to confront in order to evolve. That's why I hold so much gratitude for you. You are not just a partner in love, you are a partner in growth, in truth, and in life. And while words will never fully capture what you mean to me, I hope this message gives you even a glimpse of how deeply I value you, how profoundly you've touched my life, and how fiercely I believe in what we're building together. I now understand that the emotional wall you've put up between us is a direct result of my actions, my inconsistency, my carelessness, and my inability to recognize how deeply my behavior was hurting you. It's taken me time, space, and self-reflection to even begin to grasp the full weight of what I've done and how it affected you, and I truly regret that it took me this long. The truth is, you didn't build that wall out of nowhere. You built it out of necessity, out of a need to protect yourself from the pain I kept causing you. And while that realization hurts, I know it's a consequence of the repeated mistakes I made, mistakes that I now carry with a heavy heart. Looking back, I see how I was constantly moving in and out of your life, emotionally and mentally, never fully present, never grounded enough to offer the consistency and security you needed from me. My words might have said I cared, but my actions often said otherwise. I know that must have been incredibly confusing, even hurtful. At the time, I didn't realize how damaging that back and forth behavior was, not only to you but also to the foundation of trust between us. You were offering me your presence, your time, your loyalty, and your understanding, while I was lost in my own chaos, completely unaware of the toll it was taking on you. I didn't just hurt you, I drained you emotionally. I see now how the constant struggle to make things work with me, to stay patient with me, must have left you feeling exhausted, unappreciated, and mentally overwhelmed. I was so caught up in my own patterns that I became blind to how much of a burden I was placing on your shoulders. Instead of being someone who added peace and value to your life, I became a source of stress and pain. That is something I deeply regret. You deserved so much more than what I gave you. You were giving me your best, day after day, moment after moment, while I kept taking without giving back. I kept asking you for chances, promising change, and then failing to follow through. And each time I let you down, I chipped away at your trust in me. I was so focused on getting more time, more forgiveness, more understanding from you, that I didn't stop to consider whether I was actually earning any of it. I took your kindness and strength for granted, and now I see that clearly. It wasn't until you gave me space, stepped away and set those boundaries, that I started to really understand the full extent of what I had done. And as hard as it has been to sit with that silence and distance, I know you did it for both of us. You gave me that space not to punish me, but to give me a chance to reflect. And now that I have, I realize how toxic I had become, not just to you, but to myself. I allowed myself to act in ways that didn't align with who I want to be or how I want to treat the people who matter to me. There are so many things I wish I could say to you, so many thoughts I've been holding on to, but none of them feel right without first acknowledging how badly I messed up. I know words alone aren't enough to repair the damage or rebuild what we had, but I hope they can be a step toward healing. Before anything else, before any long conversations or explanations, I just want you to know that I miss our friendship. Not just the laughter and the good times, but the bond we shared, the way we supported each other, and how you always made me feel grounded. I miss that version of us more than I can put into words. I'm not asking for things to go back to the way they were overnight. I know I've lost the right to expect anything from you. But if there's even a small part of you that still believes in the foundation we once had, I hope we can slowly rebuild it, brick by brick, moment by moment. I truly need your support, not because I want someone to fix me, but because I believe in the way you guided me, challenged me, and stood by me when I was lost. You brought out parts of me I didn't even know existed, and I see that more clearly now than ever. I want to become a better person, not just for you, but for myself, and I know that starts with accountability, growth, and time. I won't ask for your trust right away. I'll work to earn it if you ever choose to give me that chance. But more than anything, I just want to start with a single step, reclaiming the friendship that meant so much to me. It was never just about being close, it was about feeling understood, supported, and valued. That's what I miss the most. So this isn't just an apology. It's a heartfelt plea for a new beginning. I understand if you need more time, or if you're unsure, but I'm here now, fully present, fully aware, and truly sorry. And I hope that someday, somehow, we can find our way back to the friendship that once made both of our lives better.